My name is Lori Minihan. I am currently lieutenant with Dallas Fire Rescue, and I've been on the department a little over 11 years. The textbook answer is to help people and to make a difference, which is definitely part of it. I think there's another part of it that resonated with me well, and for me personally, I don't sit still well. So having a job that gave me the opportunity to get up and move around, also knowing myself personally, it's a job that doesn't allow time to procrastinate. When a run comes in, when it's time to do your job, there's no time to delay or to postpone. With that being said, also, after you've worked your 24 hours and you go home, it's done. The next shift you come in and it's a brand new day, it's brand new runs, brand new experiences. So that, from my personality type, was definitely something that I really liked about it. The camaraderie is definitely my favorite part of it. I did not expect to gain a second family, but I don't think you can actually understand by somebody else's words till you actually feel what that means. Being that connected to other people, an example I can give you is being in the back of an ambulance with a critical patient, and you have 4 or 5 people back there that are so in tune and so in sync with one another that nobody's saying a word. Everyone is just doing a job, not necessarily the job that anyone else is telling them to do. We just all know what needs to be done, and it's just getting done. And you don't realize how synergized you are together as a group until after that is complete, and you look back and you think on it and you're like, who's running that call? Who was the one telling us what to do? And the answer is none of us. We just all knew it needed to be done. To be honest, I didn't see any. I knew that there were women in the fire service. As I said before, I had male friends that were with different fire departments. They were the ones that also encouraged me to put in an application. I was personal training. I did that for 10 years before getting on. I was a little bit of a late bloomer getting on. So I knew that there were women, I hadn't experienced it. I think that there's enough women on the fire department now that any fire scene you show up to at this point, there's probably one. You're not gonna, very rarely are you gonna see 3 and 4 and 5, which can happen, but there's usually one. And so with that being said, I think that the general public and even the TV shows that represent fire departments now, they are representing women. So I do think that young women and young men, young kids and adults even are now seeing that women are part of the fire service. The most memorable run would be one where a young mother arrested and cardiac arrest, and it was a Sunday morning around 8 o'clock, and we got a call that we had a call come in that was a CPR, and we got there and the husband was doing CPR on his wife with their 11-month-old on the ground in the nursery. Months later, we met with her at the hospital that she recovered at, and she continued coming out to the fire station 2-3 times a year, take pictures. Her son is now, I think, probably about 5 years old, and he aspires to be a firefighter. So we influenced the child as well. One of the benefits of being in the fire service, the biggest one is, I would say, the camaraderie, but I would also say the diverse environment with not only the citizens that we work with, but also the other firefighters and other Dallas Fire Rescue members that we work with. It's people that have come from all different places, all different types of families, all different ways of being raised, and to be able to come together and talk to one another and learn different perspectives and see that all the different ways that the way people are raised influence the person that they become. The unique strengths I think women bring into the fire service are, I think perspective is one. I also think the ability to read a room comes a little bit more with being a female, and it might just be the fact that We can't come in with brute strength. There are women, it's not that we're not strong enough to do the job and that we can't do the job, but I'm 5'4", 145, 150 pounds, and I can't compete strength-wise with a 6'4", 230-pound man. But I'm small enough and have been that they can shove me up in an attic. They can pick me up and put me up in an attic without a ladder. I end up in the back of cars that have been crashed holding C-spine on patients because I can get back in there and maneuver my way through it. So I think that is a unique strength, at least from my perspective, and in the ways that I've been able to benefit. Another strength would just be perseverance. When you hit a block, or whether it's a medical call and you're trying to figure out what's going on with this patient, and you've ran every test that you can, and you've looked at it from every perspective you feel like you have, it's you and your partner sitting there trying to figure out what you can do to help or to make this situation better as quickly as you can. So perseverance, I think, is huge.